Here are 14 words or phrases that can sound innocent but may actually be subtle insults when used in certain contexts. Bless your heart often sounds caring but can imply someone is naive or clueless. Precious can imply someone is overly sensitive or self-important. Special, sometimes used to imply that someone is a bit different or not very capable. Unique, while positive in some contexts, it can suggest someone is odd or unusual. Interesting can imply that something is odd or off-putting, rather than genuinely interesting. Sweet may imply that someone is well-meaning but not very sharp. Ambitious sometimes implies that someone is overly eager or unrealistic. Delicate can suggest someone is too sensitive or incapable of handling tough situations. Innocent may imply naivety or lack of awareness. Curious, often used to imply that someone is nosy or intrusive. Simple can imply that someone isn't very clever or sophisticated. Proper, used to suggest someone is uptight or overly formal. Quaint often implies that something or someone is outdated or old-fashioned. Determined can imply someone is stubborn or overly fixated on something unrealistic. These words can easily come across as friendly or neutral, but in certain contexts or with a particular tone, they're used to subtly criticize. Here are contextual examples for each word where it could sound like a subtle insult. Bless your heart, you tried so hard on that project. Implies the person failed despite effort. Precious, oh, how precious. Look at you working so hard on that little task. Makes the person's work seem trivial. Special, you're really special, aren't you? Implies that the person is quirky or odd in a negative way. Unique, your style is so unique. Could suggest their style is odd or out of place rather than genuinely stylish. Interesting, that's interesting. Implies they find it odd or not to their taste, rather than genuinely intriguing. Sweet, or, you're so sweet for thinking that would work. Implies naivety or lack of understanding. Ambitious, that's an ambitious goal for someone in your position. Hints that the goal is unrealistic for them. Delicate, let's not give that task to you. It might be a bit much for someone as delicate as you. Implies they can't handle difficult tasks. Innocent, you're so innocent. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Suggests a lack of maturity or awareness. Curious, you're a curious one, always asking about things that don't concern you. Implies they're being intrusive or nosy. Simple, I like how you keep things simple. Could imply that they have a limited understanding. Proper, you're always so proper, it must be hard to relax. Suggests they're overly uptight. Quaint, your little ideas are so quaint. Makes their ideas sound old-fashioned or irrelevant. Determined, you're determined to stick with that plan, aren't you? Implies stubbornness or an unwillingness to adapt. In these examples, tone and context can make these words feel like underhanded digs rather than genuine compliments.